Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sammasambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sammasambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sammasambuddhassa. So hello everyone and welcome to Dharma Bum Basics. My name is Travis. I facilitate this group. Tonight we'll be doing a gratitude meditation. Seeing as Thanksgiving is next week, I felt that it's appropriate because Thanksgiving's next week, there won't be Dharma Bum Basics next Thursday. So I felt it was appropriate to do some gratitude, some thankfulness practice tonight. Last week we did forgiveness practice, and that was quite enjoyable. Definitely check that out if you haven't had a chance to do a forgiveness practice before. It's a bit of a longer meditation than I would normally do for a forgiveness practice, but I feel that I padded it enough with some breath meditation beginning and end to where it's not too overwhelming, because forgiveness practice can be a bit overwhelming at first. So tonight we'll be kind of building off of that, and we'll be doing, you could think of forgiveness meditation or the practice of forgiveness as kind of a part of metta or loving kindness, kind of one of its factors, right? And then we'll be doing gratitude or appreciative joy. I use the term gratitude because it's more widely understood, but the term we're working with tonight is mudita, or appreciative joy, empathetic joy. And it's happiness for the good fortune of others. It's this gratitude, but a gratitude that's not, I'm grateful for this house and this car and blah, blah, blah. It's a gratitude of, I'm grateful that there's good in this world. I'm grateful for all the good things that are in this world, all the good things in my life, all the good people in my life, all the good things in their lives. So that's kind of what we're working with tonight. It's not just gratitude towards our own good fortune, but it's gratitude for all beings' good fortune, whether we like them or not. So with that, if anyone would like to say hello in the chat, I'd love to hear from you. If you have any questions that you want to ask or that you're thinking of asking, you can feel free to type them up. There will be a short bit, about 10 minutes at the end, for questions and answers, or questions and further questions. We'll see. And how are y'all doing tonight? So with this practice of gratitude, we'll focus, as pretty much always, we'll start with focusing on the breath. The breath is kind of our gateway to any other aspect of meditation. The breath helps the mind to focus in on something very tangible and to just kind of slip into that mind state, that meditative mind state, a bit easier. Then we'll expand from the breath, leaving the breath behind and focusing more on the gratitude. Don't worry, you don't have to focus on the breath and the phrases and the visualization and all of that all at once. It's a bit staggered. If the phrases don't work for you, you can just use the visuals, just use the kind of create a picture in your mind that more represents that phrase than the than maybe the phrase does, that gives more of a heartfelt reaction from you. Things like that. If the visuals don't work or you have a hard time visualizing, that's no big deal. That's okay. Focus more on the phrases and how those phrases make the body feel. Because as with any of these heart practices, we try to get in touch with how we're feeling. And I mean feeling here, not just emotionally, but how it actually physically makes the body feel. Because every emotion has a feeling tone associated with it. It's either a pleasant sensation in the body, an unpleasant sensation, or a neutral sensation. So when we're working on these heart practices, it's important to get in touch with the felt sensation of them, to notice how these feel. So, yeah. Eric said that he's doing fine. I'm glad. Mike said, hi, Travis, doing well. Hi, Mike. So I think we'll go right on into it. Yeah. Let's get started. Closing the eyes and taking 3 deep breaths slowly. Noticing if deep breathing feels good. And if it does, you can keep on breathing in this way. If it doesn't, feel free to switch things up. Maybe even deeper still or more shallow. Heavier or lighter. In long and out short. Or in short and out long. Just noticing what kind of breathing feels best for the body in this moment. And then maintaining it. Noticing if you're holding any tension around the breathing process and consciously relaxing it. So you're not forcing the breath in or squeezing the breath out. Maintaining this relaxed breath awareness, you can begin to notice if there's any tension in the forehead or around the eyes. And see if you can soften that up a bit, breath by breath. Not forcing anything. Spreading out from the forehead and the eyes, softening the rest of the face and the scalp. Unclenching the jaw. Spreading this breath-centered awareness down into the shoulders, allowing them to drop. Down the arms, unclenching the hands. spreading into the chest, noticing how the breath feels in the chest. Noticing if there's any sense of tightness or constriction in the chest or around the heart. And see if you can just soften it a bit, breath by breath. You can even think of the breath flowing through the tension to dissolve it away, soothing the heart and the chest. Just really devoting some time here to make the chest and the heart a comfortable place to stay. Allowing the breath to soothe tension. Allowing the chest to be spacious and open. And when the heart feels comfortable, you can just maintain it for a while. Generate some gratitude for the breath. How wonderful it is that we have this breath, that we have this tool built right into us that can help calm the body and ease the mind. Breath is something we all too often take for granted, but it's really something beautiful, something we're so fortunate to have to work with. Each breath is life. You can allow a gentle smile to rest on the face if you want. It's part of a good posture. Noticing how this gratitude feels in the heart, this appreciation of the breath. And let the heart and this sensation become the focal point of your meditation. You can let the breath fade into the background. Calling to mind whatever food and water you've had today. And how fortunate we really are that we have food and clean water to drink. It's not something that's guaranteed. Extending your gratitude to this as well, your appreciation. How fortunate we are for so many little things that you just tend not to notice because they're always there. Noticing how this appreciation feels in the heart. And calling to mind whatever shelter you've had today that protected you from the heat, protected you from the cold. There are many without any shelter, so we're incredibly fortunate. And then calling to mind your own good qualities, the things about yourself that you're grateful for. Maybe it's your kindness or your intelligence or certain skills that you've developed. Just extending this appreciation and gratitude to those things as well. Thinking, may my good fortunes continue and multiply. May my good qualities continue and multiply. It's okay to take some time to pat yourself on the back. Noticing how this appreciation feels. And extending appreciation out to your ability to make connections with others. How truly wonderful it is that we have this capacity within ourselves to form bonds with others. And if a certain person came to mind, you can begin to make them the object of your gratitude, your appreciation. Calling an image of this person into the heart. Reestablishing a gentle smile on the face. And recollecting the qualities of this dear person that you admire. Mentally taking note of and telling them the things that you admire about them, the things that you appreciate about them. I am grateful for your good qualities. May your good fortunes continue and multiply. Noticing how it feels to send these wishes to this friend, this dear one. Noticing the sensation of the heart and wrapping them in that sensation. Anytime you've noticed that the mind has wandered, you can just release your grip on the distraction. You can relax the forehead and the shoulders. Reestablish that gentle smile and return to this appreciation for your dear one, this dear friend. I appreciate your good qualities. May your good fortunes continue and multiply. Maintaining this sense of appreciation, but sending this dear one on their way. You can call to mind someone whom you are envious of. Maybe you have someone in mind, or maybe someone just popped into your head and you're not sure why. Either way, that's a good person to use for this part of the meditation. This person you're envious of may even be the same person that's your dear friend. Maybe you have some story of how their life worked out better than yours, or they have the things that you would like to have or you believe you should have. And extend this wish and this phrase to them as well, holding an image of them in the heart. May your good fortunes continue and multiply. Noticing if there's any tension or resistance to this, and softening it. Reminding yourself that you gain nothing from this person being deprived of their good fortune. And if you can't enjoy it when someone else has it, you'll find it difficult to enjoy it if you have it. So physically let go of that resistance and appreciate their good fortune. May it continue and multiply. I am grateful for your good qualities. May your good fortunes continue and multiply. Noticing how this feels in the heart and relaxing tension, resistance. That's enough of them. You can send this person on their way. And lastly, you can call to mind an image of the world into your heart. And think about all the good that there really is in this world. Certain narratives may like us to believe otherwise, but there is a lot of good in this world. So we can focus on that for the time being and extend appreciation towards it. I am grateful for all the goodness in this world. May all beings' good fortune continue and multiply. Letting that gentle smile rest on the face. And with gratitude and appreciation for all beings, this empathetic joy, this delighting in the good fortunes of others, without exception, you can take 3 deep breaths. Seeing if you can allow this sensation of gratitude to kind of fill the body with each deep breath, spreading out from the heart. Slowly opening the eyes when ready and stretching if needed. Never in a rush to leave the meditation. As always, if anyone would like to share how that experience of meditation was for them. I always like hearing about it. If anyone has any questions about the instructions or about Buddhism in general, I'd be happy to give my input. Yeah. So this morning, I went on a walk this morning about 8 a.m, and so it was a decent walk. It was really nice to get out. And the whole time that I was walking, I was thinking that it seemed that it was really foggy this morning. It seemed there was a lot of fog cover as I was walking, and I just took note of that. I thought that was interesting. And then I got to the end of my walk, and the end of the walk down the street here kind of looks out to over what I assume to be like Fashion Valley or something like that. So it's a decent view. And then I had realized that it wasn't actually foggy at all this morning. My glasses were dirty. And I thought about that. And I thought that was kind of interesting because that's how we go throughout all of our days. We don't see things necessarily how they truly are. We see them through the lenses of how we believe things work, the lenses of our own beliefs, our own self-limiting thoughts, our own conventional wisdom or societal wisdom. So we see things through lenses, and our lenses are never crystal clear. There's always some dirt on them, always some fog on them. And the thing that's really cool with this type of gratitude meditation, and I think that's ultimately what led me to picking gratitude meditation tonight, is with something like gratitude meditation or any of the heart practices, really, we can kind of choose what lens we're looking through. We can develop and work on looking through particular lenses, because looking through some lenses is more helpful than other lenses. And the objective isn't necessarily to look through no lenses at all, maybe way down the line, but it's more about being able to pick and choose what perceptions are the most useful for us in the moment. What kind of perceptions create the greatest sense of ease and well-being in our hearts and minds throughout our day. So that's just kind of something that I took note of this morning. I was going on my walk thinking that I was seeing things as they are. But it turns out my glasses were just dirty. The fog was an illusion. Yeah. It just makes me wonder how many other things throughout my day am I looking at and not seeing them at all for what they are, seeing something completely different. So, yeah. One of the fun things with this gratitude meditation is it gives us a chance to kind of sit back and almost analyze ourselves a little bit, because we have that portion. We started with gratitude for the most basic necessities of life, our breath, food and water, shelter. And then we expanded out to traits of our personality or things that we appreciate about ourselves. And all too often, especially in the West, we don't at all focus on the things that we appreciate about ourselves. We focus on all our flaws and drawbacks and faults, as if we're like critiquing an art piece or something like that. We're trying to find all the flaws in it. But we don't spend much time actually sitting down and looking at what we appreciate about ourselves, what we really have gratitude for, our own qualities of mind and of heart. And what's interesting with that is it's really a shame, because when we can try to kind of gear our focus, our attention more towards focusing on our own positive qualities, we see our strengths. And when we see our strengths, we can reinforce them. We can invigorate them. We can strengthen them through practice, through directed intention. So when we can focus on these strengths, we can see them for what they are, instead of trying to kind of nitpick all of our flaws and try to correct all of our flaws. Instead of focusing on that, we can focusing on strengthening our strengths, getting even better at what we're already good at. And then maybe when we're really solid in that, we can take on some of those flaws that we see. And when we're really solid and strong in that, a lot of those things that seem like they're flaws weren't really flaws at all. We were just being too picky. Our expectations were just too high. And the other cool thing about focusing on those things we appreciate about ourselves is what you'll notice is a lot of the things that we appreciated about ourselves, we had gratitude for ourselves when it came to someone dear to us, someone who we care about, and we're focusing on their good qualities, the things we admire about them. We'll notice that there's a lot of overlap. There's a lot of qualities that we admire about ourselves that are also in the people that we admire. So I think that's something that's pretty cool. It shows us what kind of traits we value, not just within ourselves, but within our interactions with others, within our relationships. And it gives us a little bit of a deeper look into how we are in relationship. So, yeah. So if there are no questions or anything, I think we'll close there. I'll see you guys, well, potentially I'll see you guys like Tuesday or Wednesday, but I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. I hope you all have a good Thanksgiving, however you choose to celebrate, if at all. So thank you all. If comfortable, we can close with a transfer dedication of merit. May all beings in all directions, without limit or end, be grateful, safe, joyful, and at ease. May we all be grateful, joyful, safe, and at ease. Metta karuna mudita peka sangha teya cetasa chaturi sambharatva yarati samabudaro bhavena samadhammaro bhavena samba sangharo bhavena sote hontu nirantaram.